Okay, so we're going to discuss how to do a French knot and sew up the seams of your llama stuffy so that you can achieve something like this. All right, so first thing you have to do is thread your needle with your string. So whenever you're threading, don't try to poke at the eye with the string. This is too long and unstable to go through this, even though it's a nice big eye. What you want to do is you want to get the squishy parts of your fingers here and pull your thread. See how it's barely poking out of the squishy part of my fingers? And then bring your needle to the thread like that. Now to do the French knot, you go on the other end. Clear this out. Okay. You go on the other end of your thread. You cross it like that. Do you see how it kind of looks like a weird looking heart? See? Boop, or an apple maybe. But you just want to cross your thread with your needle like this. When you cross it, you want to kind of pinch it up or just hold it secure somehow that you can get it there. With this one, you wrap, twice is fine. See, well, I had this one. I guess it's 3 times. Let's do that one more time. Cross, hold and pinch somehow. Wrap, wrap, wrap. There we go. 3 wraps. Okay. There we go. All right. It's trying to come out. You have to kind of secure it over here for it to stay. See how this hand, if I let it go, it pops off the needle. So you want to make sure you secure it. Now, I want all of these wraps in this pinch right here. I need to hold all this together. So I'm going to transfer it over here to my left hand because I'm right hand dominant. I'm going to transfer it here so I have all of this pinched right here. Do you see how I have all of that pinched? I have 3 wraps of thread, a little tail right here, and I'm pressing it really hard against my pointer finger right now so it doesn't go anywhere because this needs to stay very stable. Now I have my threaded needle over here. I am going to push the needle through, pinching still with this hand. You want to make sure that this is pinched. Thread your needle through all your wraps. Pinching, pinching, don't let go of this. And then pull. Keep pulling. Pull, 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 pinch, pinch, pinch. I feel it. Ta-da! There it is. There's your French knot. Now we're ready to sew. I kind of tugged on a little bit, made it tighter, and there it is. So when you use this to do something like this, you get your 2 pieces of felt, put them together, and you're going to poke through 2 layers, pull. Oh, see how nice that knot is big enough where it's not going to go through. That's what you want. So then on this side, I'm going to go in and back in the other way. And I'm going to go in and out, all down the side. Now your llama stuffy has holes that are pre-done. This does not. So I'm making my holes as I go. But it's the same process. In and out, joining the 2 things together. There we go. Now when I get here, I am not done yet. I need to reverse this and go back the other way to meet the gaps. So now I'm going to go in and out the other way to fill in those spaces to make sure it's nice and secure. Each time you go in and out, when you re-grip your needle, when you pull it, slide your hand, get in the habit of move your hand right here by the eye so you pinch the eye so you don't get unthreaded. Because when you pull it, if you keep pulling it, your thread's going to get unthreaded. So whenever you go in and out, you need to get in the habit of pinching the eye right here. See, I go in, push my needle out, and then automatically this finger is trying to slide down here and pinch. Pinch and pull. And then go back in. Da-da-da-da. One more. There. There we go. That's better. Much more secure. Now, here's how you knot off. So knotting off, this is how I like to do it. You can either pick this one or this one. I think I would recommend this little part of the seam right here to knot off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle and thread. Get out of here, little. There we go. I'm going to take my needle and thread. I'm going to wrap around back this way. And then I'm going to thread my loop right there. Boop. Pull it tight. And then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go right in the same hole, make a loop, thread your loop, pull. Now I'm knotted off and I can trim. Ta-da! And I can probably trim this one too. There. That's what I want. Nice and secure. Good little seam. Ta-da! Okay, now to do the eyeball. So we got a French knot on top. So not only did I have to French knot when I started my thread like I usually do, so I'll go ahead and do that. I also have to do a French knot to make the little eyeball highlight. So I have enough thread here. It doesn't take much for this little eyeball. So I'm going to make my French knot, make my weird little apple-shaped thing, pinch that end right there. 1, 2, 3. Holding it, pinching it, holding it and pinching it, threading through my pinch of wraps, and ta-da! There it is. Okay, so now when I do my eyeball, I'm going to place my eyeball in here like this. I'm going to come in from the back because this is where I'm starting my stitch. So I'm going to come in from the back like this, through the front. Okay, now I'm ready to do a French knot to form this little guy right here. So here we go. The trick with this is you want to make sure your left hand is holding this kind of tightly as you do this. So again, got your little apple shape, wrap, wrap, oop, it's already trying to come out, wrap, wrap, wrap. I got 3 wraps. I'm going to insert my needle, holding this. I have to hold this. If I don't hold this, it's not going to work. Oop, see? 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, I'm holding this back. This needle is going to go back into where it came. Stab it back in. After I stab it back in, before I pull it through, I have to make sure I'm going to hold this. Hold this off to the side, maybe in my pinky or my ring finger, holding it back like this. And I'm kind of pulling a little bit right here. I'm going to use this thumb and nail to kind of secure right here a little bit. And then I'm going to thread my loops. Yeah. I'm going to pinch this down, just like I do when I make a knot. I'm going to thread my loop, thread my loop, thread my loop. And ta-da! Surprise! There it is. There's my French knot. Now on the back, I have to knot off. And I don't really have much space to do it back here. So you can do one of 2 things. You can, if your thread is long enough right here, this is what I recommend. I recommend making a very tiny, regular old hand knot. Notice I'm pulling this one to the side because this is so hard to work with. I'm trying to tie a knot with the tiniest little bit. I can pull it like this. Okay, and then I'll do one, I will do one more knot to make sure it's secure. Boom. And trim. And now I can trim this one too. And there we go. Got my little French knot in there for my little eyeball. Now, let's say I don't have a big tail right here to work with. What if I don't have a big tail and I have to knot off? I will show you. So I'm going to make a French knot again. Pinch, wrap, wrap, wrap. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Hold, hold, hold. Push your needle through. There we go. Pinch, pull. Ta-da. Okay, there it is. So let's just say I trimmed my knot like this because it's nice and clean, and this is a nice clean way to work. And I have taught you guys that when you do hand sewing stuff, it's nice to have a nice clean finish on your knot. That is very applicable. But for this little eyeball, it causes a little bit of a problem on your llama project because it's very hard to knot off in the back. So here's what I recommend doing. I'm going to make a little square eyeball for this example. Okay, so same type of thing. You're going to go in from the back, thread from the back, through your little pre-done hole. Okay, here we are. I'm going to make a little French knot again. Wrap, 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 wrap. Oh, I got 4 this time. I bet it's going to be bigger. Okay, and get it back in here. And this is hard. It's hard because it's hard. It's hard to get used to. Oh, there we go. Okay, great. Got my little French knot. All right, so now I'm back here. How do I knot this off? So try to catch a little bit of felt off to the side. Do you see that? How I cut that little bit of felt? It's not going through the eyeball. It's just going through the first layer. Catching that, making a loop, thread your loop, pull. Catch a little bit more fabric in the same area. You want it nice and concentrated. Thread your loop, go through your loop and pull tight. And that's it. Now I'm knotted off and secure. Boop. And there we go. So that is how to do some of those hand stitches for your project.